Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today we're actually pretty much home, well for me now anyway, because I live in Clayton now, for anyone who had missed that, in North Carolina, and no longer in Greenville. And that new living arrangement includes a rather long commute, so I've kind of decided not to record during the main bunch of the commute because it's kind of boring, and honestly it lets me listen to music instead, which, you know, makes me happy because I get to listen to music, and who doesn't like listening to music? Psychopaths, that's who. Don't be a psychopath, folks. Yeah, what are we talking about today? We're talking about, I suppose, touching on a couple of motorcycle bits, and just, I must watch out for you, I'm usually in the other lane, and also just an upcoming trip I'm doing, and does anyone want to kind of join it? And also we're going to ride through Clayton, well, downtown Clayton, where I now live. I don't live in downtown, but, you know, the actual town itself, say, we're going to ride through there so you can have a look. But yeah, to start off, I suppose, I've been seeing a lot on, and I spoke about Damon Motorcycles years ago, and some people kind of, you know, agreed with some of my sentiments, and some people got very mad at me. And I just want to say, you know, from the outset, back then there was absolutely no hate from my part. I love seeing innovation, I love seeing new companies come online. I especially when it's in the motorcycle industry, because we need that. You know, we need innovation, we need ideas, even if they fail, you know, it is what it is, that happens sometimes. You can't, not every company is going to be successful, that's just life, right? So, I suppose the only thing then that kind of does also sometimes lead to is, you know, people losing money who don't really deserve to lose money. And in this case, what I'm speaking about is, you know, people who place deposits on motorcycles. For Damon, for instance, Damon have yet to deliver a actual motorcycle, but they've taken plenty of deposits. As far as I know, they've yet to deliver a motorcycle. I think the first ones are now due in 2024. But I suppose where my issues with that come is, I believe, and again, I am open to correction here. I'm just going to pop back into this lane. I'm open to correction here, but I think they've changed that a couple of times. Why can I not filter here? Americans, we need to band together and make lane filtering legal, because, I mean, it would be so easy to filter up through there. Save myself some time. And also not be at the end of the queue, which I genuinely hate. Stay in first gear. Ready to go, folks. Yeah, and just watch your rear view. So that person obviously did see me and was slowing down plenty. But like, always be ready. The reason I kind of stay in the center of the lane is so I can shoot up there if I see someone not stopping. Because, sorry, Mr. Super Duty. But if I see someone coming who's not looking like they're stopping, I'm scooching forward and letting you take the hit, buddy. That's just the way I'm gonna do it, because I certainly don't want to be hit. So yeah. Also, why, you know, I've said in the past that I really like a good rear view mirror on my motorcycle, so I can kind of keep an eye on silly gooses, of which there are a plentiful flock on the roads, you know. But yeah, I really hope that Damon isn't like kind of a vaporware thing, you know, that it's they sell you an idea and then never deliver it, because that, I think, would be a... Are you gonna... I hate when people just hang on your shoulders. It's really annoying. I think that would be a massive disappointment, because, like I said, I like innovation. I'm not saying I would ever buy a Damon motorcycle. I have another story about them in a second, actually. But I would, I mean, like I said, another, what would you call it? Addition to the gene pool of bikes. It only aids to eventually create stronger offspring, you know? You don't want too shallow a gene pool, because then you don't get any competition. And while I personally don't have any interest in purchasing an electric motorcycle at this moment in time, Who says that I never would? You know, I don't know. Like right now, I have quite a long commute. So if an electric bike worked out like massively cheaper overall, you know, I'm not saying I'd never do it. Anyway, welcome to Clayton. Just real quick, we're going to drive, or ride in this case, down along the main street. There's a pub and eatery area we want to try. It's supposed to be really nice. Vincent's, which is an odd name. It's like it's nearly supposed to be Vincent's, but you know, obviously I don't know all the names in the world, so really it's completely normal, and I'm probably just a dumbass, which, you know, shouldn't surprise anyone. But yeah, that's supposed to be a really nice place. We've only actually eaten out of one. That's a lie. We've had pizza from somewhere back down the road there, but we've eaten down in one place twice, so I'll show you that one, because it looks super tasty. Super tasty. Or sorry, not look super tasty, it is super tasty. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be Clayton that we're riding through, so just take it in. I don't know much about Clayton yet. It's actually quite difficult to find history on Clayton online, which suggests to me that it's nothing overly massively exciting happened here, which is fair enough. A lot of towns and cities in America are quite new. But if I do ever dig up enough to make an interesting video, I will obviously go back over it in the future. But yeah, this is Clayton. It's kind of cool. Some cool buildings here, some cool places. But yes, Damon Motorcycles, Hyperfighter and whatnot. So there's a lot of people who've placed deposits on these bikes, and I just really hope, not to dwell on Damon too long. Like I said, this isn't a Damon bashing video. Oh, that's cool. I didn't actually notice that before. I don't think the painting on the wall, what you call them, murals. But I just really hope that they don't turn out to be a big pile of lies. I know from a recent media release they actually used some Ducati stock footage, you know, for their media release, which is really disappointing, because that's like, it's at worst, I suppose, extremely shady, and at best it just shows that they're not really paying much attention to their media releases or press releases. And either way, it's not a good look, you know what I mean? It's either you're not caring enough about your product to actually pay attention to what you're putting out, or you're shady. So that's one thing I will mark them down on. And again, I'm not bashing them, I'm just pointing out things that have happened. You know, using Ducati stock footage and portraying it, in quotation marks, allegedly portraying it as your motorcycle is it's bad form. It's not cool, and I was not impressed by that. Moving on to like more bike news, the inevitable decline of, I think, inline fours, particularly smaller displacement inline fours, seems to be upon us. You know, we have the R7, you now have the new CB in there, that place, Boulevard West, a really tasty kind of breakfast and such. So I would highly recommend trying them. And that's basically the totality of Clayton, by the way. We just kind of rode down the main street. I think I can scooch past this person here. Just do a little scooch. We'll just do a little scooch. I don't know am I allowed to do that, but I also don't really particularly care. Because, yeah. So we're going to ride back down along the train tracks, I think, because like, as far as I remember, there's actually a nice kind of road down this way. A little bit. But it's kind of rolling hillsy here anyway. So it's at worst case, it's pretty. I have a stop sign. That'll do. Oh, there's more down there. I could have went down that way. But yeah, so, you know, we have the new inline twin from Honda. We have the R7, which has been around a while because of the MT-07 engine. So the MT-07, I should say. And now we have the GSX-8S. Or the GSX-8S. Yeah, is it? GSX-8S. The Suzuki, I will say one thing. I love Suzuki. Just so everyone is aware. I'm not saying this about Suzuki, but Suzuki, you really need to improve your... The Gixxer just rolls off the tongue. The Gixxus, not so much. And no one's going to say GSX-8S, or, you know, it's just let's rename that, please. Now, where this kind of concern comes into me is we all know Honda haven't touched the CBR 600 in years, donkey's years, and you know, Suzuki haven't touched the GSX-R in a long time. Kawasaki have. They just redesigned the ZX-R, so props to Kawasaki. I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon, thankfully. And obviously Yamaha have discontinued the R6 as like a road release bike. And I don't think they make anything that's like equivalent to the FZ6 anymore, which I owned an FZ6. I absolutely loved it. Fantastic bike. And again, if that was to go the way of the Dodo, I think it would be a massive, massive loss to the world at large. So you never know. Maybe we'll see like a resurgence of these bikes if the likes of emissions regulations and whatnot get relaxed because they're stupid and don't actually do anything, which would be great. I am a firm supporter of killing some emissions regulations because I think they're stupid. But I'm really concerned that, you know, the Gixxer 600, Gixxer 750, are they going to be given the axe at some point in the near future? Because now that Suzuki have developed this inline twin that they're kind of putting in a lot of their bikes, you know, is it going to be a case that we'll see them kind of reduce their model offerings? Because it's something that they've you know, that Suzuki have always been open about the fact that Suzuki don't have like a massive pile of money. You know, they recently exited MotoGP, so I don't really see them putting more money into the Gixxer 1000, especially since they've, you know, announced it's pretty much dead in Europe. So I would just really hope that, well, honestly, I'll be straight with you, I don't really care about the Gixxer 600, but the 750 has a firm grasp on my heart. And, you know, someday I would love to buy a 750 brand new for myself, or 1000. But honestly, I love the 750 platform. You know, it's light, it has plenty of power. Some would say the right amount of power. And you know, I just think it's an absolutely fantastic bike. Relatively cheap cost price in comparison to a lot of bikes now. Obviously it's not cheap. I don't think any new bike on offer today can be described as cheap these days. I'm gonna go left here. I don't know what's down here, but I don't want to go into the main road. So let's see what's this way. I don't know this area at all. Oh, he has made a tactical error. There is nothing. Absolutely zero. Walden, is this private community? Okay, I can't go in there. Sad times. Sad times, everyone. Yes. But we're gonna go straight across there because that road looks interesting. But yeah, that's kind of my concern is, you know, are we going to start to see the executioner make a ball of money from coming out for the rest of our magnificent inline 4 sports bike classes? And I really hope that's not the case, because I think they have a lot to offer to the motorcycling world still. And I know there's a lot of people who watch this channel who like cruisers and more adventure style bikes, but for me, I still firmly adore some of the sports bike. What is this? What is this? What have I found? Ooh, look at this old place. What's it called? A Happy Fabrics. Oh, I thought it was hair. I'm not lost. We're just adventuring. Johann's Motorcycles. Oh, what? What do we have here, everybody? Johann's Motorcycles. I wonder, do they do the state inspection thing? Actually, does anyone know where you can get your motorcycle like state inspected? Because I need to get the CB750 inspected. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think that we're going to see the death of like smaller displacement sports bikes? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, I get excited sometimes, you know. I can't hold myself in, even though I didn't go very fast there. But it's nice. It's nice to get a little bit of go-go juice. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think they're inline? Do you think inline 4s are a dying breed? Because I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they were firmly like, no, those bikes still sell great in America. I mean, yeah, they do, but like at some point when they stop selling great in America, they're not going to sell them here anymore, because if they're not selling to the European market, and I know, and by the way, I love my American friends, and I really am enjoying living in America. So this is not, I know sometimes I sound bashy, but I'm not trying to, I'm just joking. It's a joke. Take everything with a bit of sense of humor, folks. But you know, Americans, like, you know, they have the world championships in America. America is not the world, right? So at some point you got to think that manufacturers are going to be like, oh, okay, we actually don't want to produce these anymore. You know, now maybe, and I could be wrong, maybe they'll be like, no, this completely makes sense to produce it just for the American market because it's big enough. And it very well could be. But it's kind of like, I think the fact that the cost of everything is going up. People are looking more and more and more at what is a more affordable bike to buy brand new, you know, because I think everyone does. I mean, everyone would rather buy a brand new bike because you're not inheriting anyone else's problems and you have your warranty and all that. I think a lot of people are attracted to that, right? Which I get, I understand. I mean, I'm not one of those people really, but I get it. I think that looked like a Yamaha Striker back there by the front wheel. Either a Striker or a Raider, but I think it was a, oh, we can't go down there. I think it was a Striker. That's where my mind is at. I think at some point we're gonna see the CBR 600, and to be honest, I could see the CBR 600 dying soon, because I don't see that Honda getting the sales from it, you know. Like I said, if the kind of the stock old not redesigned offering keeps providing strong sales, then I'm sure they will keep making it, because it probably doesn't cost them a whole pile. I really don't know, but I would be concerned that we'll see, as long as the Gixxer 750 survives. It's honestly all I care about, really. I don't think we're going to see any of the manufacturers who still compete in MotoGP. I don't think we'll see their 1000cc's go anywhere anytime soon. I don't see why they would, because they kind of are, you know, they're well, I'm pretty certain they have to produce it anyway, but either way, the fact they're putting money into the MotoGP offering, it probably makes sense to try and make that money back somewhere, right? So I can't see that going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, so let me know your opinions on that. And then lastly, while we cruise around these slightly nicer roads than are in Greenville, I do prefer the roads here, I will say. I would like to let you all know, in 2 weeks from now, or a week and a bit from now, I'll be going to West Virginia to meet up with Hatter JBK. Hatter has some beautiful routes planned. Now, I'm not saying this is like an open invite, just if you're interested, if you want to meet us there, you know, send me a message on Instagram or something. And I think like first 2 or 3 people I'll send the plans to. I don't want too many people there, because I don't enjoy big group rides. So I think, you know, max 4, 5, 6 people I think is loads. But if you would like to join us in West Virginia riding some beautiful mountain roads, please do let me know. And yeah, that's kind of it, really. I hope you were interested in Clayton. It's a nice place. I'm happy to be here. Not that Greenville wasn't nice, but Clayton is also nice. They're both nice places, but I do prefer the roads that are on offer around here. These are the slow speed ones. There's some more kind of open twisty roads that I will bring you to soon, I promise. But yeah, for now, if you've watched, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to let me know if you want to meet us in West Virginia. Let me know your opinions on Damon and Inline 4s maybe dying a death. And yeah, as always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I appreciate you all a lot. Anyway, until next time, thank you again for watching. I think I have to go right down here. Adios. Outro crew. If you had to pick one Inline 4 bike that you'd have to have... Oh shit, I'm in the wrong lane now. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. This is my fault. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I'll be able to switch when I stop talking. Actually, yeah, I can just hook a right here in a second. Yeah, anyway. Oh, actually, I might go left and go to Burger King, get some food. Burger King, should I do it? Anyway, if you had to buy one Inline 4 sports bike before they disappeared, what would it be? Let me know, Outro crew. Bye, Outro Crew. I now need to fix this mess that I've made for myself. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my video.